Are you living a life that you're madly in love with? If you're not, then there's something you can do about that. We spend so many hours every day away from our families, away from our homes, working in jobs that we are not happy about or that don't really feed our soul, but they feed our belly, they pay the bills. The thing is, life is so short, and you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the people that you're around to feed your soul. It's so important to have that joy, that love, the happiness, the fulfillment that goes with doing something that makes you truly and genuinely happy. When I was a kid, I used to have on this radio show. So my mom and dad bought me this little microphone, and if you turned the radio station, like this AM station, you turn to a certain station, you could talk into the microphone and it would go on the radio, and it was the coolest thing ever. And I would spend hours interviewing my stuffed animals. I would line them all up, you got the, small to large, and I'd just line them up over here, and so I'd have like 2 rows of stuffed animals, and I would spend just hours every day. Like, that was like the highlight of my day, is when I got to play with that microphone and I got to interview my stuffed animals. Now, I didn't really think about it until just recently, but with doing the videos here on YouTube, with doing the videos, my daily live videos on my Instagram channel, I'm communicating with people on a daily basis. It's actually something that's quite in alignment with something that made me happy as a kid. And what's so cool is, if you are not at this moment living a life that's truly fulfilling and having at least something on a regular basis that is feeding your soul, then you can look back throughout your life and see, where was it that I was truly happy? Like, what was it? Was it a baseball game? Was it sculpting with clay? Was it, calligraphy, or, any number of things, like working with a parent in a shop? Thinking back to these things, your life has given you clues along the way, and just how you feel. Like, just think back to a point in your life where, maybe it was last week, maybe you went fishing and you were just like, oh my God, this is everything. If that's feeding your soul like that, then make it a point to put that into your life on a regular basis, and as often as you can. If you are diligent and persistent enough, you will figure out what this thing is that really feeds your soul, and then you'll put it into your life on a regular basis. But if you continue to work at it to the point where you figure out all the other stuff around it, figure out a way to make money around it. It is, and listen, it does not become a job if you make sure that it does not become a job. I'm a metal sculptor. I design and create metal sculptures. It was an obsession from the moment I realized that this was a career that I could be in. It was an obsession to become a metal sculptor. I've been welding now for 11 years, and I'm in my shop on a daily basis. You're in my shop right now. The sculpting, it just truly feeds my mind, my body, my soul, and my belly now too. But it's, it was an 11-year journey to get to do that. This is not something that happens overnight, but it never feels like work being in my shop. When I get to come in here, I skip down the hall. I skip down the hall to come here. It's still like, people say like, oh, if I get paid for that, like, then it becomes a job. And listen, and this is just my experience, and maybe your experience varies, and maybe something different happened, but in my experience, this is just truly a source of soul-fulfilling work on a daily basis. So just look back through your childhood and see if you can find a spot. Like, here's your homework. I'm giving you guys homework. And I would love to hear in the comments what you guys figure out. Like, what are the things that truly made you happy, like, throughout your life? And one, are you doing them? And if not, what is your action plan to go do them? To go do that, if just whatever it is, I would love to hear from you and see. So if you are already doing something that is very soul fulfilling, and if not, what is it going to be? And get yourself an action plan. Listen, Do something today that's going to make your tomorrow better. Love you.